Hello, this is Marcus Giuliano. I'm the chef and owner of Aroma Time Bistro, the Hudson Valley's first certified green restaurant located 90 miles north of New York City. Let's see. I am a chef on a mission, and I'm always talking about things that bother me, or ways for people to ask better questions when they're about to eat, or just clarify certain things where food is from or how food is produced. And I'm very passionate about the food that we actually serve at my restaurant. I want to know as much information as I possibly can. So with knowing as much information as we possibly can, recently I had the very terrible experience of being in the hospital, not myself personally, but in the hospital with, because a friend was in the hospital in critical condition, who's coming out of that now and looking great. But him and I were bike riding, and we had a very unfortunate accident, and a very freak accident. And so I'm one of my best friends, and I've kind of been with him the whole way in the hospital. And of course, when it was time to start feeding him with the feeding tube, I was very wary, and I explained to his wife, you know, let's take a look and see what they want to give him. You know, he's a vegan, and Jamie, you saw the ingredient list.
What they were going to give him
what they wanted to give him in the hospital.
The first ingredient was corn syrup. Corn syrup
in every single... Now, corn syrup, most of it, if you don't live under a rock, you understand that corn syrup is a no-no. That corn syrup is far worse than sugar. And I'm going to do a thing on sugar and corn syrup, because sugar's not okay either. But corn syrup is getting so much bad publicity all over the place. So I was really shocked to see the first ingredient in, what, 3-4 of these, Jamie?
Yeah.
Corn syrup. Corn syrup was the first ingredient. I'm like, this is amazing. Here's a person who's in the hospital, who is in an induced coma with a feeding tube, and you're trying to revive him, and you're giving him everything laden with corn syrup. And I was totally shocked, and we said something to the dietitian, and she wasn't concerned at all, was she, Jamie?
No.
Just wasn't like, oh, well, it's energy is basically what their stance was. And I'm going to post some of the pictures of some of the ingredients that were in this, because we were able to get some photos of the actual ingredients. And it turns out that Nestle, the hospital is at, Nestle makes most of the formula that they put into these feeding tubes. So it's made by a big corporation who you know, is out there to make money, not really, you know, profits first. It's a publicly held corporation, Nestle. Profits first. You know, so to them, calories are calories and sugar, sugar, and you know, and it was really, really upset, and we had to really fight to pick the best one, didn't we, Jamie?
Oh, we sure did.
And you know, we wanted to put other things in the feeding tube, like green stuff, that green juice that I drank, and the powder and everything. And it's virtually impossible to give somebody healthy food when they're in the hospital through a feeding tube. It is virtually impossible. And this is the part that is so upset. And I actually tweeted Westchester Hospital, because in the trauma center, Westchester Hospital, asking them some questions, and I haven't gotten an answer back from them. So now the next thing I'm going to do is post it on their Facebook and see if I can get some answers back from them. It was just very, very shocking. So when you're in the hospital, you really have to take care and be very proactive. So what happens now is, off the feeding tube, can have his own food.
Which they're allowing. Which
they're allowing him to bring his own food. Now, some hospitals won't allow you to bring in your own food. Now, when this first happened, I actually put a call into Gary Knoll's office, and I got somebody high up in the organization there who went in and while I was on the phone with this person, and started asking Gary some questions and figuring out what we can do. And basically the answer is, these hospitals are unwilling to really do anything that's nutritious. Now, they did agree to a vitamin C drip, which was great. I only put 500 milligrams in the vitamin C drip. We were looking for 25 grams. 50 grams would have been ideal. 500 milligrams is nothing. So we're fighting now to get more vitamin C in the vitamin C drip. But basically, once now that he's off, he's actually cleared for food. So he has to actually, the family and us, we have to actually take our own blender to the actual room, and our own juicer and juices, and really be very proactive now to understand, to actually rebuild them, because the dietitian there knows nothing about this kind of food. And we met with the dietitian, and it's just, you know, it's really horrific, the kind of stuff that they actually want to put in. I know a lot of probably seen hospital food. It's like cafeteria food at school. It's white bread, it's a hamburger, it's really disgusting stuff. So be proactive in a hospital and really fight to get your loved ones the proper food, the proper nutrition, and just by taking, you know, a thing of powdered green vegetables. green grasses and mix that in water and get them to drink that makes a massive, massive difference if you can't bring in a juicer and a blender and things like that. And go to the local health food store and get some good smoothies that are fortified with a bunch of good things. But here's a list of the things that we're actually taking into the hospital to blend up. Goji berries, super, super high in vitamin C, great for the immune system. Ashwagandha, which is Indian ginseng. What are some other things that we're taking into the hospital, Jamie? Sprouted brown rice protein powder, some hemp protein.
Corellia.
Lots of Corellia. Corellia is very good for you. And this powdered green stuff, which is 5 different grasses, the juice of wheatgrass, oatgrass, barleygrass, kamut grass, alfalfa grass. That's really, really good for your blood and really going to boost. So anything that you can do and you have to be very persistent. And Gary Null was actually surprised when we told him that they were allowing us to actually bring in our own food and our own blender. He was like, wow, that's great, just go with it. Because a lot of hospitals will not allow you to do it, but be persistent and and let them know. And here's something we learned very important. A lot of those formulas have whey in them. And if you're vegan or if you don't do whey, if you simply say you're allergic, if you simply say, well, we don't do whey, because my buddy's a vegan and he has vegan tattooed on his arm, and they said, well, we have to give him whey unless he's allergic to it. And we're like, it doesn't matter your religious beliefs, doesn't matter whatever beliefs you have. If you're not allergic, they're going to give this to you, and they really we're going to start giving him stuff without really anybody knowing really anything about if he was even allergic to the food or not. So it was quite shocking. In a hospital, ask lots of questions and be very, very forceful, because your loved ones deserve it. They will be happy that you gave them nutritious food. Really, once they're out and healing. And all the doctors there, Jamie, have said that he's actually progressing because he is healthy.
Yeah.
They were all impressed with, wow, what does he do and how old is he? And I can't believe he's progressing so quick. That's because he eats a healthy diet. So, hospital food, beware. Hospitals, let's crank it up some and get some better food in there. Let's get some holistic nutrition going. I'm Marcus Giuliano. I'm a chef on a mission. Thank you for watching.